All right, we live. We live. Okay, so today was an exciting day. Today, AB had an opportunity to bowl in her very first PWBA regional, and it was pretty nice. What up, Andy? Hey, that's fine. She can be a little bit late. What up, Steve? So yeah, she can be a little bit late, man. We good. We good. We good. But yes, so she had an opportunity to bowl in her first PWBA regional day. This is what I will say, dude. Them ladies can bowl. I mean, them ladies can flat out sling it. I mean, they're on a 38-foot, 27.5 mil pattern today. And let me tell you, they can sling it with the best of them. They can sling it with the best of them. Them ladies are just on another level of talented. You know what I mean? So getting to go there and see it firsthand, um, I really, super really enjoyed it. I mean, for real, them ladies were slinging it. Um, and the cool part is the regional today had Bowl TV there, so I had a chance to meet Emil, the voice of Bowl TV. So I had a chance to actually meet him, which was actually pretty good. Who else? I got a chance to meet Olivia Clark and a few others. Hey, now I don't know if you guys have seen her on Facebook or not, but make sure you guys, if you see her, make sure you on Facebook or Instagram, or if she builds a YouTube channel, make sure you guys support her because them ladies work hard, and there's just a lot of them. Like Kelly Bishop, what's going on, Tutal? Like Kelly Bishop, she was out there balling actually, and the cool part is I recorded a whole lot of this because of AB's. Um, being part of the channel. So I recorded a lot, and Kelly Bishop actually shot a 300 during the event, which, of course, your boy got some of that footage too, because, that's just what we do. So, I mean, listen, man, them girls, they get out, man. I'm telling you, when I say that I'm impressed, I mean, I can't stress it enough how impressive it is to watch them get out. I mean, bro, listen, I'm just telling you, it is impressive to say the least. Yeah, it is. So AB Bold, it was a great learning experience, and I hope she took a lot from it. But hopefully she pops on here in a second. I did share the link with her, so hopefully she has an opportunity to pop in and can tell us about her experience today. Um, I'll tell you what, it was impressive to watch them how they played the lanes. Now, being that it's a PWB event, AB was the youngest person in the field by far. I mean, but the experience levels between the ladies were, hey, she take her time. She got plenty of time, Andy. So you got to see people like Kelly Weibel. You got to see Samantha Knight. Now, if you're familiar with Bold TV and you watch female PWBA regional events or tour events, then you get to hear the voice of Samantha Knight. But she actually led the field today. She pulled her butt up. She's a lefty. Um, Dude, there's just a lot of them. There's just a lot of them. I mean, I was impressed with several of them, how they rolled the ball. I was really super duper impressed. Another thing that I was super duper impressed with in regards to today's PWE event is the level of spare shooting. I mean, holy smokes, fellas. Seriously, holy smokes, fellas. The ladies, they're accurate. I mean, and their level of spare shooting, they're shooting their spares at such a high clip. I'm talking it's it's impressive to watch, to say the least. I mean, it's very impressive to watch it. Um Man, I'm telling you, them ladies can sling it. They really can. Put it this way. This is what I will say. If you would take the top five bowlers in my area and put him in that event against those ladies, the middle of the field, just the top five in this area against the middle of the field, not the leaders of that pack today, just the middle of that field, I would take the ladies. I would. I seriously would. I mean, but here's the great part though, right? So they're out there, they're competing with each other, right? I mean, because of course there's a title on the line, there's money on the line, and they were so nice to each other. I mean, their level of courtesy. I mean, they were talking, joking, laughing. There, it wasn't like when you go to a men's regional. When you go to a men's regional, it's they're driven. They're half the time they don't speak. You know, it's one of some of those things. You know, after the event, they're relatively nice, but during competition, they're but the ladies, nah, they're nice. They're cordial all the time. They're smiling and joking with each other. It's they have their own little friendly environment, and then of course before the event and after the event, they're so nice. I'm telling you, it's just like two different worlds. But and if any of you guys have any questions in regards to it, let me know. And then after this, well, I was gonna drop it all tonight, but I came home and I went to sleep after I stopped at the store, came home, went to sleep. I did. I took a power nap. So I'm gonna try to get it out tonight, depending on what time we get out of here, and then I'm going to, or if need be, I'll just get it out tomorrow. It's not a big deal though. But I hope AB learned a lot because it was a lot of information to learn, and to see the gap between the high level of the ladies, where the gap between her and them are. I hope she learned a lot because there's a lot. There's a big lesson to be learned, and the big lesson to be learned comes down to spare shooting, man. Spare shooting, spare shooting, spare shooting. So while we wait for AB, talk to me, guys. What about the football weekend? Did your team win? Everybody tell me, but Andy. I don't want to hear what Andy team did because if I'm correct, I think Andy's either a Pack. No, he never mind. He's a Dolphin fan, so he gets a pass. If you're a Bear fan or Packer fan, well, let's just say this: if they lose, they lose. It's like a Rocky movie. Steve, we didn't think the Browns were going to win anyway. The Browns not good. All right, so you know what else I'm gonna do today? Today we're gonna do something a little special too. We're gonna pop the link in the chat too. So if anyone can come in, ask AB questions or anything like that, please feel more than free. You guys, anybody can jump in the chat today. Today's a bowling day, man. It only gets worse. Oh, I believe it. But Steve, I got a question for you, right? So if your team is bad, which they are bad, they bad owner, bad GM, bad head coach, why do they talk bad about Shedeur Sanders and he's not even playing? Man, that's pretty bad, Andy. That's really pretty bad. So, Andy, here's the question. Did they actually lose to New England or did they come back and actually win that? So, Steve, the Browns, though, that's insane to me how they're talking bad about Shedeur and he's not playing. So that's the first problem. The second problem is they think that 75-year-old Joe Flacco is the answer. Just play Dylan Gabriel. Just say the heck with it. I mean, you drafted him. You think he's better than Shedeur, so play him. But you know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for I know Miles Garrett got his money, but I still feel bad for him. How can you not feel bad for him? How can you not feel bad for Miles Garrett? All right, so let's change speeds. Rumor has it he is practice is not catching on to blitzes, reads, blah blah blah, attitude. Listen, Steve, do you really believe that? Steve, I'm being honest. Do you really, 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 truly believe that? Do you really, truly believe that? Because I don't. I don't think. I don't think that Shador Sanders not being able to pick up blitzes is a real thing. I'm sorry, Steve. I don't buy that. Shador Sanders played at the highest level of college football. We're not, and he picked up all blitzes. But Steve, there's another piece to the equation, though. Talking from somebody who played ball, there's another equation to this. When you're practicing with the third team, patched up people put together, the offensive line has to also be able to understand the call that you're making to pick up that said blitz. That's what I'm going to say. So here's what we're going to do. The Browns are going to go 0-16 or 2 and whatever. And then they're going to draft another quarterback. And he's going to get to Cleveland under the same coach, under the same coaching staff. And guess what's going to happen? They're still going to be losers. And then they're going to make every excuse in the world. You also got to remember, Baker Mayfield couldn't play underneath them. And Baker Mayfield, they said the same thing about Baker. He can't make the calls. He can't do this. He's doing just fine everywhere else. I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah, yeah, Steve. They played the same place. They played the same team that your boy, that your backup Dylan Gabriel played against. They played the same people. So how can you put one out there above another? It's the same thing. Hey, listen. Here's the thing, Steve. Trade him, cut him, let him go play somewhere else. Watch what happens. Trade Shador or cut him. Let him go play somewhere else. Again, trade Shador or cut him and let him play somewhere else. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, watch what happened to the kid. I promise you this. If Shador goes to anywhere else who needs a quarterback and they give him a fair shake, he'll light it up. Watch. Mark my words. It ain't like you go to Cleveland to win anyway. Cleveland is where you go to end your career. Everybody talks about how great your coach did 4 years ago. Ooh, he's living on a 4 year ago cracked up season. Then I'm done with that. I do have a question though. Question. Why is it that you can only wear in the PWBAs and the PBAs? Why is it that you can only wear right here in the middle of your chest Storm or Brunswick or one of those brands? Why is that? Why I mean, seriously. Now for the PWBA, now that they're no longer members, I mean, I guess those because they're the big companies that.
Hello?
What's up, baby? How you doing, player?
Great.
All right, everybody. You should know AB's voice by now. And in case you're wondering how come she don't have her video, it's probably because her head won't fit in the camera.
Hey now.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, what up, AB? How you feeling?
Great.
AB, how was it bowling in your first ever professional event?
It was fun. I'll say it was definitely fun.
What's up, Mr.
Um,
Jones? It was fun and fine.
It was a great. I didn't say fine. It was a good learning experience.
Why was it a good learning experience?
Um, like all the people who have obviously done it before, they definitely helped you, and obviously you have to keep your emotions calm. I decided to not do that, but yeah.
That's all you learned? You got to keep your emotions in check?
Oh, you also I made some new friends too.
Okay, so you learned that you made some new friends.
Yeah.
You learned that you had to keep your emotions in check.
Yeah.
ATG, by the way, it's on now, bro. Okay, so what else did you learn? So all them hours, 8 hours at that bowling alley. That's the two things you learned.
I don't know what else to say.
Okay. So let me ask you some things. When you see their game and yours, do your physical game stack up?
What do you mean?
I mean, can you roll the ball on their level?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody said so too, huh?
Yes. There was.
Question. How about your spare shooting?
Oh, it was not that great.
Okay, but compare your spare shooting compared to theirs. Are you close?
No.
Because
Well,
they don't
depending
miss
on the
dumb spares.
person,
But
because there
none
were
of them
some
miss dumb
people.
spares, do they?
What?
I said they don't miss very many spares, do they?
Not most of them.
I mean, some people have a bad day, but okay. So even the ones that weren't bowling very well, were they? How was their attitude?
Um. Honestly, very mutual.
Very neutral.
Yeah.
Okay, so didn't that teach you something?
Yeah.
Because no matter how they were, whether they were good or bad, they were still even. They were still good. They were still talking to each other, laughing, joking.
Yeah.
So here's a question: do you think if you did it again, you'd do better?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it teaches you a lot when you bowl with the pros and not like your age division. Because in your age division, you're allowed to miss one game and a half, but not with them. You would literally have to shoot a 210 average to stay. I mean, obviously, that tournament was a lot harder than most because it was one day and it was a long day, and they usually don't do it in one day, obviously. And um yeah. And it was only cut to the top four. So that made it even harder.
Okay. So being that it was a cut. Okay, so normally, generally from tournaments I've seen though, normally they take the top 16, then go into match play. Um, so there's a little less pressure there.
Right.
So TG said that not beating up on themselves, which is
Yeah.
probably good. Does any of you guys have any questions for AB in regards to her first competition? So, what did you learn from pair to pair? What did you see from pair to pair?
Not every pair was the same.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Um. So, if you were on, let's say, you were at the end of the house, and like you go all the way down to the other side, like you're on like 31 and 32 or something like that, and you go to like 3 and 4, they're not going to be at all the same. Not just because they're on the different sides of house, but obviously temperature wise is different. Different people have already bowled on it. There's numerous things that affect the lanes.
Okay.
But
So, let me ask you this. How did it feel crossing with urethane? How did that feel? How did that feel following urethane all day long?
urethane definitely played a role on it. And I mean, honestly, I didn't think too much about urethane. I mean, I did a little bit, not that much, to be honest, but it did affect the lanes a little bit.
A little bit?
Well, quite a bit.
Because the girl on the girl who you cross with all day, who used
Yeah.
urethane, she was pushing in the top 5,
Right.
but she blew the lanes up for everyone else.
It did. It's
Because that remember the Courtney Emmerich, or what was her last name? Was that, did I say that right?
I don't know.
She looked like at the start of practice, she looked like she was going to be a contender. And then
Right.
as soon as that urethane got started down, as soon as
Oh, yes.
as soon as
Yes.
it was got reached like frame 6 where it took the oil down lane, oh, it blew her up. And she wasn't, oh man, it blew her up pretty bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. And that guys is something that you, if you're gonna bowl tournaments, that's something that you have to watch out for. You have to have an understanding of not only that the person's playing with urethane, but how it's going to affect your game, especially if they're playing a line similar to yours. Because taking the oil, displacing the oil from up front to down lane, tell them maybe that was tough.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It's
It
tough.
was. Yeah.
Especially like, what was it, like game 3 when the ball starts sliding on you a little further than you wanted it to?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So TG said, what was your biggest takeaway from the competition?
I would say staying calm and not letting one shot affect you.
Ooh wee! If you took that away from that and you utilize that for the rest of your stuff, then they're going to be in trouble next time they see you.
Yeah. I would also say the girls who had bowled in it before, they were very nice.
They were
Very
one,
nice. Yes.
like Olivia Clark when she was talking to us about it and how this was her first actual
Yes.
regional she's ever been to before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. They're all really nice.
Yeah, they are, and they all seem like they're all cool with each other too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like,
AB, were you nervous bowling your first regional? And if so, how did you handle your nerves?
I'm gonna be honest, I was, but you just gotta remember it's bowling. It's supposed to be fun, not very nerve wracking.
You better remember you said that. I got that on video. I got that on video. Her dad said she threw a shot that grabbed, slid, and grabbed, and that is actually really true. That is actually really true. What did you use? I think you used the power hitter for that.
No, it was just the hitter.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the hitter, yeah, she
Yeah.
threw a shot and she got into the line of the urethane, and the ball grabbed early, then slid, then grabbed again, and left a really not savory result. But that's just urethane, though.
Right.
That's why I don't like urethane.
I think the ban, well, the restriction on urethane would definitely play a toll throughout this, like the tour and stuff.
See, I don't have a problem with people playing urethane because I understand how to get out and around it, or or I get or I use the hold. However, however, the issue is the girl that was using it wasn't consistently hitting the same line.
Right, it was all over.
Yeah, so but she was getting great results with it. And actually if she would have stayed in urethane longer, I think she would have made the top 4. However,
Yeah.
when she got out of it, she ran into a lot of problems
Mm-hmm.
because we were actually following people. So everybody we followed was using urethane before we got there. So that made it a little tricky. So for her, it was good until she got out of it. Then she ran into a lot of problems.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with Coach on that response. We'll let them have fun. Just remember, AB, they started out just like you. You'll get better and better. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Steve. I don't, man. If you know how many people came up to me talking to me in regards to her, I mean, I did get asked like 15 times if I was her dad, though, and I'm like, no. My head is so much smaller than hers. It's
I
not
don't
even.
want to look like you. Your
Well,
bald head.
apparently you do because
I didn't even think I did.
apparently you do because I'm telling you, so many people were like, "Hey, your daughter." Even listen, guys. This is the most honest. This is the most honest conversation we ever had, and it was awesome. Ready? Listen. So this girl and I got it recorded. She throws a 300, right? So her name is Kelly Bishop. I go up to her and I'm like, Kelly, congratulations on your 300. And she's like, thank you so much. I'm like, I'm gonna have it on my channel. So that's Bad Bowling 101. So I'm talking to her. So I go to walk away and she's like, hey, by the way, your daughter? And I'm like, who? And she's like, Abby, your daughter. I'm like, she's not my daughter. I was like, she's she's like my little cousin, but I'm her coach. And she was like, right. She's like, well, I just want you to know that she's amazing, like amazing, amazing. And I'm like, you just threw a 300 and you want to have a conversation about her? And she was like, well, yeah. And we were right behind Emil from Bold TV. And he leans back and he's like, yeah, she's pretty amazing. He's like, where'd she go to school at? And I'm like, Hananiga. And he looks at me and I'm like, it's a high school. And he's like, oh. And I said, she's 15. And he's like, oh, okay. So then we all start. But ain't that crazy though? Lady has a 300 at a PWBA regional. And she's not talking about that. She's talking about AB. And that should tell AB everything in this world. I'm being serious.
I mean,
how does that make you feel?
Obviously I knew I was gonna be the youngest going into that. And I mean, I think each and every tournament, it surprises more and more people every time that the way I throw is a lot different than the girls that are in like my age division.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on that. You know what the difference between them and you are?
What?
You're coached by me.
Yeah. I mean, not the last EYT, but the EYT before, I was bowling on a lane with a bunch of guys, and I don't think any of them, even before practice or like after practice, were ready to see me throw a line they were throwing. Like, they were all like, that's crazy and stuff, because none of them ever see any of the girls throw like them, not throw the lines like them, especially like U15, U16. None of them usually throw like them.
So listen. And TG, you're right. If they're talking about her like that, that means she's being seen by some really top notch people. Now you have to remember, TG, all these people that came up to me, and there was, I'm telling you, it's like every time we moved, it's here they come. And these are pros. These aren't just anybody. These are professionals. Like, look at her roll it. Like, holy smokes. She had a guy come. I was sitting with her mom, and you can ask your mom about this one. We had a guy come up, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Coach, her mental game. I know you're working on it, but you got to get it together because she can get a full 6-year ride to places like Nebraska." And I'm looking at him, and he's like, "Yeah, she just got to get it together." He's like, "She's talented. I mean, she is talented." And he was like, "But, you know, this part, we got to get her to listen. Got to get." I'm telling you, AB, everybody's watching you. The thing is when you got to understand that, and attitude is everything. You know what I mean? If you get that label like, "Oh, she get the temper tantrum," all these things, then people won't want to work with you. But you're exceptionally talented, and everybody's talking about you. I mean, understand this. Somebody throws a 300 at a PBA event, that's special. You know how hard sports yards are, don't you?
Yeah.
And you were to talk of her, not her 300. Like, and then here's the funniest part. And her dad can tell you guys this because Andy was in the chat. I don't know if he still is. They were still talking about her a game and a half later. They were still over there talking about AB a game and a half later, about how talented she is, about look at how she throw it, and the fact that she only 15 is crazy. They were still talking about it. But the thing is this old guy said it best, who was sitting there, his daughter just won an Iowa championship or something like that. And he was like, the fact is that she's so talented, she don't see it. She don't see it in the moment. She don't know how good she is. And he's like, well, when she figures it out, she's going to be almost unbeatable. How does that make you feel when the world sees you and you don't see you? AB.
What?
How do you see yourself as a bowler? That's a great question.
I don't really know.
That's the problem right there. So tell me 3 issues you had today.
My spare shooting.
That's 1.
My mental game.
That's 2.
I would say a little bit of my physical game.
What part of your physical game?
My feet.
What about your feet?
I kept getting fast with my feet.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So did you have 1 issue or 3 issues? Now, before you answer that, chat, question. Did she have 1 issue or 3 issues? Now, before you answer that, AB, let's see what they got to say. Keep your coach and keep your focus on your game. Well, coach ain't going anywhere. At least I'm not planning on it. So, guys, come on now. Help a brother out.
Yeah.
Is it One issue or three issues? Let's see how smart the people in the chat are. One definitely will affect the other two. Okay, TG. Okay, I see you, TG. I see you. You back on my good side right now. So, TG, tell me how you see it. Tell me what affects. Tell me what the one is that affects the other two. AB, you see, I'm teaching them while I'm teaching you. Mental. One issue. Look at Steve said one issue. TG said I struggle with the same thing. All right, AB, tell me how many issues you had, one or three?
It was one.
Can you explain that to everybody so that you're helping other people if they're watching? Because at some point in time, you're going to be one of the best in the world. So we can refer back to this to help other people at some point in the near future. So explain it to
So,
us.
okay, so my feet were making me inconsistent, which then made me leave spares, which then I would get in my head because I would miss the spares. And then, yeah.
Okay. So does everybody in the chat agree with her, or does anybody in the chat disagree with her? See, this is great because this is learning from everyone. And you're actually helping people because you're going to be helping these guys in the chat and all the people that rewatch it, because we have a lot of people that ain't here today, so they'll rewatch it later, and that's what ends up happening. So, what do you guys think? Did she say that correctly? Do you think she's correct, or do you think she might be a little wrong? And there's no right and wrong. There's just is. Would you agree, AB, that we might need to get you another bag?
What kind of bag?
What's our red equipment wise? Do you think your equipment is built for your game now?
I mean, yes and no.
Man, I think that we have to get
I
everything
feel like
tailored for you.
the new balls are probably okay, but the old ones are probably not.
And that's what I think. There you go.
It's
Okay,
like
so
50-50.
TG, you said you think she's spot on. Steve, what do you think? Do you think she's spot on, Steve? Red, I know you're a little late to the party, but that's okay though. You'll catch on as we're going. Come on, guys, let me know. Do you? Because TG thinks she's spot on. Now I haven't gave my assessment yet. AB, do you think I'm going to agree with your assessment?
I don't know.
Yeah. So, what did you think about me giving you the opportunity to do your thing today?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean that I don't want to go by myself to a tournament.
You weren't by yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna explain to you your situation, and I'm gonna explain to you why I handled it the way I handled it. Okay? And this is for your dad, this is for the world, for everybody to know. Because this is how you become a high-level bowler with consistency. Are we ready? So the first question I asked is, was AB right about her assessment for herself? The answer is no, she's not. Now, did she get the three things correct? Yes. However, the reason and the cause and the effects are not in the correct order. Your mental game was the reason why your feet got fast in the result of missing things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When you went off tilt, the day was over. And you went off tilt, missing the 5-pin. She missed the 5-pin. You guys will see it. She missed the 5-pin into the
Oh my
first game.
God.
And she was cooking. She was cooking. I mean, she was cooking. And then the wheels fell off the short bus. The wheels just completely fell off the bus. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the result of that is she started to press because she wanted to do well. So pressing created anxiety. Anxiety creates fast feet. Fast feet creates she's missing spares because of it. So instead of being calm, easy, breathing, relaxing through everything, it's not there anymore. And then it starts to be like quicksand. AB, tell me if I'm wrong. One thing starts going wrong, then two, then three, then four, and before you know it, you're like, what am I doing? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the result of that is quicksand. Now, as a coach, I have two choices. Number one, I can put it in auto direct and I can tell her every single thing and do everything this or everything that. No, absolutely not. No, because two things are happening. First thing is I'm calling the situation. I'm not doing that because she's not learning anything. The second thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be answering all the questions for her. Here's the thing, right? And this is fact over feeling. AB is probably the single most impressive bull I've ever seen in person. And I've seen pros and everything else. At her age right now, her physical game is amazing. However, there's parts of the game that aren't. And those things have to catch up to her physical game. For example, reading the lane, understanding how the ball works when it's working, understanding where to position yourself. If your ball's not getting to the pocket, you need to understand how you're moving, not moving left, but moving back right. A lot of people have this thing that once you move left, you stay left. No, that's not right. Do what the lanes are telling you. Now, here's a question. Am I helping her by giving her every single answer? No, I'm not. Because here's the problem. Here's the problem. The answer to the riddle may not be my answer. I'm not out there bowling. I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but if the bowler doesn't see it, it's not beneficial to her. Part of a bowler's development is understanding and learning this. There was a time today where I told AB she was in the wrong ball. Remember that melee jab, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, I think you might be in the wrong ball. She said, nope, I think I'm in the right ball because she threw a shot. Wait, so she went and she threw a shot, and the shot she threw was pretty daggone good. And she was like, see, it's the right ball. And I said, nope, it's not. And I said, what would you say if I told you you hit two boards left to where you were looking and the ball just held? Ain't that what I said, AB?
Yeah.
And I said that if you hit up five where you're targeting, it's not going to work. Did I say that?
Yeah.
And then for a game and a half, you threw it anyway and put not good results. Matter of fact, you only threw one more strike in that whole game and a half. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
But I allowed you to make that mistake on your own. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is you shouldn't regret it because you were learning. Yes or no?
Yes.
See, that's how you coach someone is by learning. And if you seen that same situation again, would you do the same thing again, AB?
Probably not.
See, that's how you're learning. You're learning. And you made notes in your notebook about this situation, right? You did notate it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now she learns what is and what isn't the right thing to do. Okay. Now, here's the situation, guys. Some of you will be like, well, man, coach, you should have just had her get out of the ball. Well, okay. So I believe in every experience is an educational one. For example, they were only taking the top four and she didn't have the ability to make it. So why not allow her to learn? Now here's the thing, right? Dad was like, man, this is hard to watch. No, it's not. It's not. Because until she learns, see, watching her do this action And correcting it, that's the hard thing to learn. That's a hard thing to do. Because then that means you're correcting. Not she's correcting, she's correcting. Like today, for example, AB, when you were like, what did you say to me? You was like, yep, I changed balls. And what did I say to you?
I don't care.
I said, if you see it, do it. Ain't that what I said?
Yeah.
And the change worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because I said, I trust you, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a big thing, man. Trusting your game, trusting that you can see it, you have to be able to see it. You get what I'm saying? You have to be able to see it. Ball reps will tell you what the ball's going to do, and they can give you they can give you their best perspective. However, I can tell you this for a fact. A ball rep does not get it right every time, and they don't get it right for every person. Because here's the thing, you still got to see it. You still got to do it. So here's a question, AB. How did you feel about that little experience?
Like the whole tournament?
No, that little piece where we went with the melee jab and blah, blah, blah. How did you feel about
Um, that I probably won't do that again.
it? So you learned something then.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. I didn't push my philosophy or thoughts on you in that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with that? I let you try to figure it out on your own?
Kinda.
Why kinda?
I don't know.
Okay. So for the people who are wondering and watching about this later, here's another point of emphasis. If I would have pushed my philosophy onto AB, who was already in AB, I want you to follow this because after the end of this, I'm going to ask you, do you agree? AB was already emotional. She was already in her feelings. And if I would have pushed her to do what I wanted her to do, she would have half-assed did it. And then she'd be like, see, it doesn't work. But she wouldn't have thrown it the way I wanted her to. And then later on, she'd have been like, well, it's because of you made me do this. Which is able to shift responsibility and blame and culpability from her actions to someone else. But when you make this a teaching point, we go back and look at this. The only person that she can blame for the outcome is herself. What do you think of that, AB?
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously. So who can you blame? I told you that the ball wasn't going to work. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But I didn't fight with you about it, did I?
No.
So the only person we can blame for using that for a game and a half is who?
Me.
You see where I'm going with this? Jury yourself on subconsciously executing of the game during practice. Just like when you're learning to ride your first bike, you'll always look out for changes on the path that you'll choose to go. I like that, Willie. I like that a lot. Um, Two things. First thing is AB is really talented, but she's got to learn how to let the shot before go. Right, AB?
Yeah.
And this is just an example. And I'm going to ask you this question, AB, because these people are learning from you. And all the people who will watch this 5 years from now are still learning from you. How many frames did it take you to get past that missed 5 pin?
Um, I don't know.
Was you still thinking about it in the first frame of the next game?
No, not really.
AB,
Maybe. I don't know.
you were steaming like Willie Beeman. Come on, man. You was mad still. It took you probably about 4 frames to get over it. Okay, here's how we're going to know. You ready? What did you do first frame, second game?
I don't remember.
What did you do second frame? Second game.
Probably missed a spare.
How about third frame?
Probably the same thing.
Yep. All in all, though, man, you're wonderful today. You're wonderful today. And you know what? You're growing every day. And that's the only thing I can ever ask from you is that you're growing. You're an outstanding bull. You see, you're a really good person and you're growing. But if we're not allowing you to grow, then we're holding you back. And that's a bad thing. So we got to let you grow more and more often. We got to let you make the mistakes because every mistake you make, you learn from that mistake. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you understanding what I'm really saying though?
Yeah.
So in the future, we're gonna keep on allowing you to make these mistakes because here's the thing, right? Did you watch these women today?
Yeah.
A lot of them had
Yeah.
nobody there to help them. Samantha Knight, who led it, she was by she nobody told her what balls to use, when to change. The girl that was on our lane who used a urethane, nobody was telling her what to use, when to use it, how to use it, because people allowed her to learn and develop that on her own. And you're that talented that you can do that. And I believe you can do it at such a high level that you can do that right now. You don't need the crutch, but you'll always have somebody to help you though. But I think that you have to develop this now. I basically agree with her. You're putting her on the right path. Well, that's my job, man. That's my job is to get her on the path to success. You know what I'm saying? I gave her the tools. You know what I mean? And here's the thing though. We're not done with her release. There's the last piece to the puzzle. We're not done yet. So it's going to get even better. But we need to make sure she's successful in everything that we're doing though. You know what I mean? So giving her the tools to be able to make these decisions on her own, understanding what shape she's looking for and where she needs to play on the lane to get the ball through the pins the right way. These are things that she's going to learn. And when she does, she's going to be at such a high clip that watch out. And here's the thing. She's so close. She's so close to being there. But if we're giving her all the answers all the time, when is she ever going to get there and develop those things? Just like I can see it, her dad can see it, all the other people can see it, she has to learn to see it. You know, like when the lane starts to break down, what are we looking for? How many shots does it take you before you move in transition? If the ball's not making it to the pocket, how many shots are you going to throw before you move back right? Because moving right is a thing. You know what I'm saying? These are things that AB needs to develop. And by allowing her to do this, she's going to develop them at a high clip. And then coach won't be able to beat her. Dad won't be able to beat her. People on the tour won't be able to beat her. And that's what I need her to develop. And I need it to develop sooner than later. What do you think of that, AB?
Yeah.
So do you have any homework left to do before you wait, when is your next event?
I don't know.
You don't know when you bowling again next? I know we got practice again on Friday.
Yeah.
And then wait, aren't you bowling on the 21st?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not the one who does that.
Oh, you just show up and make cuts?
Yes. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How many cuts have you made in a row in your regular tournaments?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you know, the S by there's too many acronyms.
UIT, I think, I don't know how many I've done, but I think like 4 or 5.
In a row now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. He said the 28th. 28th. Yeah, your next tournament is the 28th. Where is that
Uh,
at, Andy? That DeKalb, SYC. So she made the last 4 or 5, and then the other tournament platform. How many in a row she made there? TG said, "I
uh,
agree with that. My uncle
the
is pretty."
WIBT, I've only done one, so none. That's the only other one I've done.
Which is it?
WIBT.
Yeah, yeah, that's another big acronym. And how many in a row you make that one?
I've only done it once.
Did you make the cut?
No.
Why not?
Um, I did not do good.
Okay, so that's in DeKalb. Okay,
But
all
that
right.
one was
Well,
also against college people.
okay. Well, next time you see them, I think you're gonna do a little better since you just bowled against the pros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't allow to be intimidated. TG said, "I agree with that. My uncle, who is a pretty much coach me along the way, do the same thing. Allows me to make the decision, and then we look at the results. See that's the perfect storm right there. That's how it's supposed to be done. You allow the mistakes, and then you address it and say, okay, well, this is what you see. Now, should I have stepped in before it got a game and a half? Yeah, but here's the thing, though. She was still steaming. She was still mad. I could tell because when she get mad, her head shrinks a little bit.
Hey,
What?
let's be honest
When
now.
she's cooking, it grows a little bit.
No, it doesn't.
See, but that's a bad thing to do too. See, because her dad just said, well, he usually makes suggestions and lets her choose, but that's bad too, because you're giving her answers and she's not learning from that. He says she looks like she's beat with a newspaper. Your dad
Hey,
is
no.
so Andy, here's why that's bad. You're giving her the answer. Even though you're giving her choices, you're giving her the answer. So that's slowing down the development of progressing of what she's seeing. So you want her to pick, and then you'd be like, okay, so you see what this is. That's like when she was throwing. That's like when she was throwing the Bentley jab. I could have easily been like, okay, you've missed the pocket 3 straight times. Move right. But if I would have did that, she wouldn't have learned anything. But by her doing what she did, I know she's not going to repeat that anymore. Now, AB, let's be honest. A little bit of that was you out of spite because you were just trying to show me that you can make it work, right?
Yeah.
It never worked out that way, did it?
No.
See, so she's got a little rebellion in her too. So you got to let that take its course too. So I ain't worried about it though, because one day in the near future, not too far future, she's going to be a force to reckon with. And then I'm going to retire from bowling. I'm just going to coach. Hey, Willie, guess what? You couldn't find out what the shot is in practice on it because they didn't drop it until the day of. So ain't no practicing on that, bro. No sirree, Billy Bob. Couldn't practice on it. And you did get practice. They give you a half-hour practice in the morning, but you didn't find out what the shot was until you got to the event. So there was no practice. And then topography comes into play too, but I mean, you can get around that. That's pretty easy. But make a long story short, though, she had a good day. It could have been better, but I believe every educational piece is the most important. And one day next year, when she is on consecutive tournament wins, we're going to look back at today and be like, okay, this was a day that she really, really, really learned, turn the page. Because she should have learned a big lesson. Like you don't got to try to teach me that you can make it work, because every single shot you did that, you hurt yourself. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
What if she had a good day? I'm not under. Do you understand that question, AB? Blake said, "What if you had a good day?" She did have a
I
good day.
mean,
Go ahead, AB. Answer it.
I don't know.
I mean, I think you did have a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, you rolled the ball better than your scores resulted. No, that's how you grow. You listen, guys. Don't get it twisted. AB rolled the ball amazing today. That's why everybody was saying how great she rolled the ball. The issue isn't that she didn't roll it well. The issue is that she got a little emotional and mental game, and it resulted in faster feet missing a lot of spares. Would you agree with that, AB?
Mhm.
If AB picks up 80% of her spares, just 80%, if she's an 80% spare shooter today, she cashes. It's that simple. If she just shoots just 80%, she cashes. But I'm going to guess your spare percentage today was probably in the 40s?
Mhm.
Or do you think it was a little higher?
I think it was a little higher,
How much higher?
like maybe 50.
Yeah, okay, I'll give her that. So today she shot her spares about 50%. So if she shoots her spares 80%, which another 30%, she cashes because she's right around even. But being emotional and faster feet, look like little Fred Flintstone. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it'll cost you. So Reyes said, "Do you feel like you had a good day?"
I think it could have been better.
Okay, but that's not answering the question. Do you feel like you had a good day today?
I think it was okay.
I like that. I like that. So, what would have made it better?
My spares.
Okay, so how do we get better with your spare shooting?
Um, I would say practice more.
Okay, so but at practice, isn't your spare percentage better than it was today?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the difference between spare shooting at practice and spare shooting today?
Um, my spare ball was hooking.
Well, yeah, that'll get you. But what else is the difference? The difference is emotions. You're never emotional or upset at practice. So if you're going to keep getting emotional and upset, then we need to recreate it at practice. If you're not going to do it, then we don't have to worry about it. So which one's it going to be?
Probably the second one.
You mean not get upset?
Yeah.
Okay. Has there been a tournament in the last like 6 months where you've been to where you're not upset?
Yes.
All right, then we good. All right. Anybody have any more questions for AB? We'll let her get off here so she can get ready because she's got school tomorrow. Hey guys, you guys want to hear something crazy? AB's about to get her driver's license. Tell me that's not scary.
Oh my god.
What? They know you got Abby math issues.
It's a permit.
Okay, well, same thing. You'll be behind the wheel with it, won't you?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna have to make sure your Abby math is good because turning corners, cutting corners short, that ain't gonna work.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, we got to figure out. Look at that. TG said, "Congrats and good luck, AB, and good luck going forward." We'll make sure that she keeps updated in the channel and everything. Yeah, we'll make sure that she keeps on doing that. And every event, we'll just have her start popping in, and then we'll also display the video so you guys can see the footage. And I do have a lot of shots from this. So, am I the best cameraman in the world while holding it?
No,
No. You know what? Why are you gonna talk about me like that?
because I know I'm better than you.
You're better than me at holding the camera.
Yeah.
How do we know? You never seen you do it.
Well, find out.
Right. Anyway, so you're gonna hold the camera and you're gonna bowl at the same time.
I've done it before.
Congratulations, AB. Keep working hard. Stay positive. The sky's the limit. I agree with Too Tall. I agree with him. So let's get AB off here so she can get herself together because she's on school tomorrow. Thank you, AB, for letting everybody, peek inside the curtain. I'll make sure I got the video up either today or tomorrow. And I'm proud of you. Always am, though. Even when you jump off the bridge, I'm still proud of you. Anything you want to say to your fans?
Thanks for the support. Yep.
And you can get and you can use your promo code for your Bolify.
Oh yeah, that too.
What is your promo code for your Bolify? Why don't you type it in? Why don't you put it into the chat? Can you see the chat?
I think so.
All right. So why don't you put it into the chat and then you can jump off. This
there you go.
Huh?
I said there we go. I think.
All right. And this coming week, guys, make sure that you're also playing the Wednesday thing because hey, look at that. Tutal said they got your back, fam. I like that. Practice making spares from angles to quickly adjust to changing patterns due to carry down and dry. Like trap period. No, I agree with that, Willie. I agree with it 100%. But when she's angry, when she's not, she releases her spare ball two different ways. One results in the hook and the other one results in the don't. So mindful of temperament. Her temperament, her temper is a cause. The effect is the miss. So you have to fix the underlying issue. All right, AB. Thanks for tuning in. And then you know what? You can jump in anytime. We're always live on Sundays and some Fridays. And again, I'm proud of you. And we got a little bit of work to do, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right. So keeping the composure is always the key. And that's the thing, like keeping one's composure is always, and I mean always, the key to success. Because again, at the end of the day, it's a game. And when you're frustrated, you don't think very well. And that's the thing too. So when she got emotional, I could have compounded that by trying to make her do what I want her to do. Or dad could, or anyone could, or to anyone in any situation. So if you're aspiring to be a coach, you have to understand your player, right? So as opposed to me antagonizing her, trying to make her do what I need her to do, nah, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that when there's another way to get the result. And that way is allowed the action to run its course. So, because at the end of the day, when she's sitting there and she's upset and she's frustrated, everything that someone does is going to compound that. It's going to add on to the fuel, especially when you're already feeling like you're under quicksand. So the only thing one can do is compound that. And then you can say, well, I can give her the right answer. Sure, I'm sure you can. But in that moment in time, she's not going to see it that way. In that moment in time, she's going to say, oh, okay, you're making me. And that's where you have that problem. And then if you give her the answer to the riddle and the riddle answer isn't correct because she's not executing it, that creates a whole nother problem. And that becomes a problem with trust. And then once a bowler loses the trust for you, it's over. It's the same thing as if you're in a relationship with someone and you say something very bad to them, you may get past it, but you'll never get over it. No matter what, they'll always have that thought that you said that or you did that. And that's so you lose that level of trust. And I only can put the two things together because it's easier for someone to understand because everybody hasn't had a coach. So everybody don't understand the coach um, and player trust them. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that all works. And you have to give somebody a room to fail. You have to. You have to. And then it comes to when there's situations where they just have to make the choices on their own. The more she understands what she needs, what she wants, and she's looking for, the better she's just going to be. My job is to hold her hand. My job is to just give her the tools so that she can do it on her own. And I have no doubt in my mind one day you'll be watching her bowl in a PWBA final on TV or a PBA final on TV for that matter, because I'm not going to limit her. Why do she have to bowl in just one? Why not win them in either? I mean, she'll have the physical game. She already has it now. So as long as she keeps spinning like our favorite CD, we good. Now, does anybody have any questions for me? Because the chat is kind of quiet. Dude, I haven't even looked at my fantasy football thing today. It's pretty brutal. Tomorrow's going to be a very long day for me. Tomorrow I'm on an all liquid diet. Oh, the things that we put ourselves through. But I think she also needs I think she's going to need equipment plays a role too. So it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, make a long story short though, it's been a pleasure. TG, it's Sunday, and I'm trying not to think about tomorrow. I like that, TG. Shoulder injections tomorrow for me. Well, that's good because then it'll hurt a little bit less. And so that's how they're going to navigate the pain. She's at a great starting point. Mental does come with experience. Oh, I agree with you. And it also comes with maturity and age. Andy, boy, oh boy, you're right. It's going to unlock a lot. That first win is going to do something that you are not ready for. I'm just telling you right now. Playing insurance game. Yeah, I hate when they do that. So, Andy, have you ever seen Batman Two-Face? You ever seen that where he flips the coin and two faces? So don't be so quick to be like she needs to win. What she needs to do is learn how to win. And I prefer that she gets her mental game in play before she does win, because winning's going to do one of two things. One of two things. When you flip the coin, it's going to be heads or tails. So she can go one of two ways with winning. One, her attitude and temperament will get a lot worse, or it'll get better. I'm going to guess and it'll magnify it and make it worse, because then she'll have that expectation in her mind that she wants to do it all the time. So then every little thing it'll be bad. That's why I think she needs to correct the things that's causing. So here's the funny part, Andy. The thing that's stopping her from winning now is her is her temper. Her mental game is what's stopping her now. So if we fix the mental game now, then it never holds her back in the future. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta take this call. Hey guys, I had something come up. Let me jump off here. I will be back live Wednesday night. I'm sorry, but I just got an emergency come up, so I got to handle this real quick. And I'll see you guys Wednesday night. All right, later, guys.